Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, and welcome to another edition of Inspiration for Today, coming to you from Chelan, Washington. This is an amazing lake, and I can't wait to tell you about it, which we will get to next week. But right now, we're just in the midst of taking a trip with us up the California and Oregon coasts. Yesterday, we looked at the lighthouses that dot the landscape and how important they are and how that affects our life also. But today we're going to, you could say, drop down a little bit lower and view the beaches. The whole way up the coast are different and beautiful beaches. Have you ever made that drive? I sure hope you have. But if not, let's enjoy some of them. Let's watch a few minutes of the various beaches we saw.
This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas. His hand the wonders wrought. This is my Father's world. The birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world. He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear him pass. He speaks to me everywhere. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me ne'er forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world. The battle is not done. Jesus who died shall be satisfied, and earth and heaven be one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing those. I just love the beach. So we probably passed 50 different beaches that I did not film, but they're just as beautiful. These were ones I took pictures of. Now, did you count how many grains of sand? How many grains of sand do you think were in those beaches? Or actually, I'm kind of sitting close to another beach. Count those two. No. Grains of sand. Now, do you know where in the Bible it talks about the number of the grains of sand? It's in Genesis chapter 22. May I read that to you this morning? This will be our verses for today, and he's actually speaking to Abraham. Now, this is when Abraham had only had one son, Isaac. And remember that story where God asked Abraham to offer his son Isaac in sacrifice, but then spared him at the last second? Here's the promise, because Abraham demonstrated such faith. In verse 17, he says, of chapter 22. I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of your enemies, and through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed because they have obeyed me. You know what stars and grains of sand have in common? They are uncountable. You cannot count the number of stars, and you certainly cannot count the number of grains of sand. That's what God is basically saying. That Abraham, you're going to have so many descendants that you won't be able to count them. And he couldn't, and he did, and God came through with that promise. Now, did you notice how many nations on earth are countable? Did you notice how many he said will be blessed? He said the word all. A-L-L, all nations. And you know what? Right about now, there are not many nations, and really, God thinks in terms of ethnicities, not in terms of political nations. Ethnicities are getting almost all reached for Christ now. We're down to about 120 that are left to have believers in them. That is amazing, isn't it? It's amazing that God would make that promise to Abraham and that all nations on earth would be blessed because of one man. And we are descendants of Abraham by faith. By faith. Well, this is a promise and a challenge that is there, and that is to be a part of reaching all nations. It's one of the places that we, of course, in Saddleback Laguna Woods, feel an obligation and a privilege to share the Lord with our community. That's part of the reason that we do this show, just so that people can tune in and see what the Lord says in His Word, as well as just getting to know their neighbors and being entertained. That's all part of it too. We're happy to do it. We love doing it. Hey everyone, let me cut in right here, because when that was recorded originally 3 years ago, at this point, I end up turning the topic to our coming back from COVID and restarting in the clubhouses and so forth. Are you not glad that I am cutting in and we're not dealing with COVID any longer? Oh my goodness, I'm so thankful that we're out of that whole mess. And indeed we are. Now we normally meet in our home clubhouse, but this week, actually it's good that I'm doing this, because this week we're meeting in Clubhouse 2. There actually is a Valentine event in Clubhouse 5, so we're meeting in Clubhouse 2. Now it'll still be the same 9 and 11, 2 services, and it will still be the same food. We will have continental breakfast, everything from the hard-boiled eggs to the vegetable to the donuts and tea, coffee, everything. So I surely hope you will join us in Clubhouse 2 this week. Hey, I've sure had fun watching these shows. I hope you're enjoying them also. It's such a blessing to see God's creation and His beautiful artistic touch on our world. God bless, and hope I see you Sunday.
Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give